too long ago.
Hello,
Yo.
everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Mack Brothers podcast, starring us, the Mack Brothers. John, why
I'm
don't
John.
you?
That's Matthew. Country Woman is out everywhere. No,
I was going to say, before you interrupted me, I was going to say, why don't you tell everyone about our
I
new
didn't.
song, Country Woman?
I didn't interrupt you.
I was trying to set you up with a lead in. We just talked about this. This is the
We
most
did.
rude thing in television history, this most podcast history.
Well, it's hard to cut someone off when you start talking before they do.
That's not the point.
Country Woman's out everywhere.
Go listen to Country Woman.
Other places. There's going to be a Spotify link down below. Why? Because that seems where most people listen to it at. But if you want to listen to it on Deezer, you want to listen to it on Bandcamp. I don't think it's on Bandcamp. If you want to listen to it on Deezer, that's your choice. We have a link tree as well.
Or
But
title.
Or title. Yeah, if you wanna-
Title.
How much is title a month?
I don't know. I don't have title.
What are you eating for dinner tonight?
Chicken and potatoes. What are you eating for dinner tonight?
I don't know yet, but I know it's going to be something good.
So I was thinking about today's podcast, and I was thinking it would be a fun time to also talk about our new song that we just put out, Country Woman. The whole pot. This is going to be the whole podcast. Just came out March 25th. You know what we also did, John? We also played a really fucking cool show on Saturday night.
Well, I'm playing it based on a Country Woman. No, I'm not.
I think Zoom is going to suppress the sound, so it just looks like you're moving your left hand around right now. Yeah, you hear like a thump, but yeah, you can't. I can't hear that. Are you playing country sound? It doesn't. It looks like you're playing Country Woman. For all the people that are listening right now, it looks like John's playing Country Woman on bass. So John, I had a question for you. So I was thinking, what do you think? What do you think builds confidence more? Right? Because this is kind of a conversation I was having with several people from several of the bands we played with on Saturday. What do you think builds confidence more? Having played a bunch of shows like we did on Saturday, or do you think it's something that you have to have more naturally? Do you think or let me rephrase the question. Do you think you can gain confidence over time, or do you think you have to have a natural level of confidence? Like you have to have a certain baseline anyway to be considered a confident person.
I think you have to have a certain level of. I don't even know if it's confidence. You have to be needy enough to have people cheer for you. I think to like really want to be on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's confidence or um, lack of confidence because you need applause. But like nothing feels better than applause. But I think you grow confidence from success over time. In our because I think we're borderline confident. We're extremely confident in our music, and I think when we first started, we were borderline confident after practicing, but you don't really know how to show your confidence on stage until you've done it a bunch. So
That's a good point.
I think you
So
grow
you think
over time.
so my thing is, this is what I was thinking. If you're a confident person, then being on stage might naturally be easier for you than someone who's not a confident person in general, like naturally. So I think it's important to have really positive signs like John has up right above his head
Mhm.
right now. And that's what actually helps build confidence is your radiate joy signs, free spirit signs, all those things.
Yeah.
But no, I was thinking that because I remember the first time we ever played was an open mic at World Cafe Live. and I was too nervous to look at the crowd. So I looked at our former drummer. I just looked at the drummer the whole time because I was too nervous to turn around. But I felt like and I still feel like at the time I was a confident person. I just think I wasn't a comfortable person.
Yeah, it's also um I guess there's between comfortability and confidence because um like I used to need to like I think there was a couple times where I drank not to have fun but to like get confident like the first couple shows or to get like to feel more relaxed on stage. Now I don't need it at all. I probably wouldn't even drink if we go on or I might have one beer, but like I don't think I would even have any kind of buzz if we like went on first, you know what I mean? If we opened up a show, you know what I mean? Like I don't like now I'm comfortable enough to present our music and present ourselves or myself without I'm comfortable enough to show my confidence.
Hmm. I think that's interesting because I was thinking about it when we were playing, and I was thinking about it watching everybody else play, and even when you watch, celebrities and famous people that perform do that kind of thing. I also think there's like different areas in life that you can be confident in. I think when people talk about stuff, they talk about. I was feeling kind of philosophical today, hence the direction of my thoughts for this
Yeah.
podcast. But I was thinking, if you're someone that is really creative and you like to, I don't know, you're like our friend. I'm trying to think of what her username is. Celestial Witch, Honeybats, did a lot of our album covers. You're someone who likes to take your time and create a piece of art. That's a lot different than, going out on the street and doing um what are those things that they do of people? Caricatures. That's a lot different than being like that kind of artist and doing stuff in front of people.
Mhm.
I feel like if we weren't confident, we would want to just record music and put it out. We wouldn't want to go play it live.
Mhm.
And I think like I think you need a certain level of confidence in general in your life to be successful.
Oh yeah.
Because think about like all the good things that have happened to you have probably only mainly happened because you've shown some initiative and you've shown some confidence in yourself.
There's a great I'm gonna get the name of the artist in a second. Scared Money by YG,
Hmm.
J. Cole, and Moneybag Yo. Great song. Scared Money don't make no money.
Hey, yeah, there you go. There you go. Confidence is key. It's important.
Yeah.
But the fun thing is, so we could talk more about this kind of stuff because every Monday we have a show where we only talk about new music, things that we discovered that have been released recently. It's called the Monday Mack. Every Monday, put out a short video, us talking about new songs and why we like them, or new albums and why we like them, or why we don't like them, which is also very important to know because a lot of it's gonna there's more as people can say there's more bad than good for sure, which is probably the law of averages, right?
I think it's really important to say that we don't discriminate against people that we like and that we dislike because
Yes,
how we violently destroyed U2's new album or new
and they're like my
reimagined.
favorite band ever.
Yeah, and I think they're the best band. And it's so bad, and we destroyed it because we're honest. So if you want honesty, no bullshit, like Tim Heidecker
No
says.
bullshit, no bullshit at all. But so we started that because it's fun. It's really fun to talk about music. But sometimes when you're on a podcast, it's like you can kind of veer off. You might be talking about an album or something, and then you veer off talking about something that has nothing to do with music, nothing to do with anything. So our podcast is more like, talk about whatever we want. But if you're here for music too, if you come listen to our podcast because you just want to hear us bullshit about everything, but you really want to hear us talk about music, go listen to the Monday Mack, where we go more in depth. And also, you can come to shows like we did Saturday, so you could see why we feel like we're able to give our opinion about music. It's because we make music, and we want people to give their opinions about our music too, whether they like it or not.
Mhm. Yeah, and also we gotta say that even though we don't have a full band, like it's still it's we fucking crush it.
Oh yeah, we have a blast at our shows.
And
We have fun, and so does everybody else.
every instrument you hear, it's not like I guess backing tracks are played by the real artists in other places. But like Alex Cameron, for example, really kind of gave us the um I not even idea because I guess people did it before him, but Alex Cameron was the first artist I seen live that played to a backing track. This was the first time I seen him at Brenda's. It was just him, Roy Malloy, and the backing tracks to all his songs. And oh my god, it was
It
fucking
was so
great.
good.
And
was
it don't
so good.
you know, live band is it's a different animal, it's a different experience, but you're like when you don't have that, this is the next best thing. And it was extremely enjoyable. And everyone had fun. The only issue is that we need in-ear like we just need better equipment. We're we're
Yeah,
we're we're not Mr. Moneybag Yo. So
it's tough because you see a lot of famous acts. Most people you watch, if you're watching John right now too, he's putting on a show. Um, most people you watch usually have money because they're already successful. That's why you know who they are. It's not many people follow artists on our level because that's why we're on this level where you know
yeah.
artists that we're playing shows with don't have millions of fans. We don't have millions of fans. It's hard to get millions of fans. I lost my train of thought. What was it? What were we talking? What was I talking about at the beginning? Must not have been that important.
Bear with me, man. I lost my train.
Yeah, it's like that It's like Arctic Monkeys 1 Point Perspective. But oh yeah, so you see these famous artists, they have all this fancy shit. Like we don't have all that. It's very the Mac Brothers are DIYs, do it yourself vibes, and all right, that's our atmosphere right now.
And I do want to say, we got a lot of people that have reached out, um, that actually want to join, not join us and become like creative partners, but just offered to play with us, and we're super grateful. And it means a lot, especially we really respect some of the people that reached out, not all of them, but some of the people that reached out. Um, and it seems like I feel like there's a time and place for that. I don't know if it's right this minute, but when we get some, we're going to definitely take some auditions. I think when we get bigger, when there's bigger shows lined up, you know what I mean? We're building towards
Yeah,
something.
or just if we want to. I think it's just that's kind of our thing. Now it's about freedom, which is great, and you can't put a price tag on that. Hence, why as soon as we became the Mac Brothers, it's not like, well, let's put ads out online and search everywhere and just play with anyone. You kind of have to wait for the right stuff to happen. Like you need to play with like it's so important to be surrounded by the right people to be successful. It really
100%.
it really is. And in the case of people being around us, we might not be the right people for other people to be successful. It's like a blend. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah,
John,
I
let
mean,
me ask you. Let me ask you something. When you gonna get like black pillows?
never.
Never. What are you playing? I want to know. I know what you're playing.
Just going. Oh, it's hard to.
John, you know what
Just
that sounds like, John? That sounds, John, that sounds just how. That's how I sound playing bass after having many, many, many delicious beers and beverages from League, our sponsor, League Island Brewing Club.
good.
I can't play bass. I cannot drink and play bass. So if you give me some League, I can't turn down League Island Brewing Club. So if you want to fucking gig up, you have to bring that to the show. So I can't say. I'm not going to say. What am I going to say? No.
Yeah.
When do I say yeah? I'll save it for later. You don't. That's not what you do.
No, you drink it and you drink it. You drink it in a hurry. Or you take your time. But either way, you can't turn
You
it down.
drink it.
I mean, if it's good enough for Jesus Christ himself, it's good enough for anybody else. You know what I mean?
John, isn't it Jesus' favorite beer?
All the prophets love it too. All the mythological gods, you know, League Island Brewing Club does not discriminate, just like how we don't hold any punches about
We don't hold them.
League Island Brewing Club doesn't hold any punches when it comes to taste buds. It's going to get you. So their link will be in our description. League Island Brewing Club, Jesus' favorite beer, beer for everyone.
John, we have a song. Everyone knows that because we put out Country Woman on the 25th. You know, we said online it's a new direction. So we have other songs you can imagine that are coming out in the future of the same, cut from the same cloth.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a specific song, I will not say the name yet because I don't believe in that, where I feel like I may have just figured out the album cover.
The single cover or the whole album cover?
Or I meant to say the single cover. I think album cover for singles too. I just like the phrase I have in my mind.
Yeah.
But like 15 podcasts from now, we'll be like, here's what I was talking about. But yeah, I've been having all these philosophical thoughts, and I think part of the reason I've been having them is because I just watched the season premiere of Succession last night, and I'm spoiler alert. If you're someone that watches Succession,
give them a 5-second countdown. 5. Spoilers are coming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is your fault if you
Okay, here and spoilers incoming. Dude, they just pick up right where they left off. There's no lull, there's no dip, there's no
explanation.
Every scene is excellent. John, I literally almost like a rocket ship went up my ass and I almost flew right out of my window last night when Greg looked at Logan and everyone's saying roast me and Greg goes, "Where's your kids, Uncle Logan?" I thought in my mind, that's the point. That was Greg's biggest move, and it's gonna we're not gonna know it till 6 episodes from now. And he's like, "You're the only one that balls to roast me."
Oh yeah, he's gonna be like, Greg's a straight shooter.
Greg's a straight shooter. I like Greg. Hey, everyone, smell Greg's finger.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny.
You think that there's no cameras actually, and fucking Tom was saying that because Tom loves to fuck with him.
Yeah, I do. But I also could see there being cameras.
My favorite scene was them finalizing, knowing that they're going to get divorced. That was a beautiful scene.
You mean beautiful in the way they did it, or would you describe? I thought it was that was like the death of a relationship looks like the moment it dies right there.
That's why it was so good. That's why it was beautiful. It was heartbreaking. It was great.
You think they get back together?
No.
I think Shiv never loved him. I mean,
Shiv never loved him.
Never loved him. She deserved to get double crossed by him.
My lady friend asked me, who am I rooting for in the show? And it's so hard to fucking like any of them.
Yeah,
I love all of these characters, but none of them
for Greg.
No, the odds are so low they might not even be on like DraftKings if there was like betting odds. Like, how does
I
he
don't think
get?
any of them get it.
I don't know. Tom.
I kind of hope somehow they all die.
Tom's not gonna. Tom's gonna when they get divorced. Tom's gonna be screwed over.
Hey, Shiv. Hey, hey, Greg, come here. Yeah, there's cameras here, Greg. He's so great. Tom Wamsgams. Everyone
Yeah.
knows a Tom. We know a Tom Wamgams or
I
whatever.
you know
We do. I know at least like three of them.
I'll say who I agree with the most. I love so all the characters are great. Logan's such a bad father, but
Yeah.
like he's so much like he's so much fun to watch and like dominate other people. The way he treats non-family members is
Oh,
it is like fucking great.
it's the fucking monsters.
Yeah.
Look, they're all. Look at him eating over there. They're all
Oh
like
my!
little squirrels.
The scene with his bodyguard. You're my best pal.
Yeah, you're my best pal. Tell me. And dude, how great did that bodyguard played the straight, like he played the straight guy, like the
Yeah.
straight role so well in that. Like he
Mhm.
didn't even flinch. That's why Logan has him. He hired him.
And not only that, Logan, the way Logan asking questions to his best pal and not even letting him answer. You know what I mean? Like Logan
Yeah,
just was rhetorically asking because he already made up his mind on everything. It's so good.
but he's so depressed too. It's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. He's so
He's like
sad that
so
his son doesn't
depressed,
want to be around him.
but he's such an asshole. You know,
What's his name? What's the youngest son's name?
Roman.
Roman. Roman talking to the father's like secretary on the phone
Oh, that was so funny.
when they hung.
Okay, okay, you can put it back in now.
Yeah. He's so good. He
Oh, that
might be
was
the
so good.
one. I don't know. Like the older brother, I liked like a tiny bit, and then now I don't. Shiv is like they're all pieces of shit. Roman might be the
They're all
least.
bad people. He's a terrible person, though. Did you
Oh,
see the previews for the upcoming season?
I did, but I don't remember them. I
He's
was
like,
very.
yeah, he's like the guy that they have on the inside who's like the one Republican candidate in the show because they run Fox News in their world. Goes to him and he goes, "Well, whether I win or lose, just call it a resounding victory for me." And he says, "Okay, sounds good." Like that's going to be one of his storylines this year is that
Yeah,
he does a fake election, fake election claims.
the fourth brother or the fourth sibling, the one that's
Connor,
president, Connor.
Connor, him and Will
He,
have cracked me up.
he might win, and he might get the company in the end.
You know what's crazy? I'm watching the whole show, and it's so amazing to me how like they flip from one scene, and I think it might be like Logan or the kids, and it's like really serious, and then they flip to the next scene, and it's him and her, and it's insane because it's like, oh, now they're shooting this like even the camera work is a little bit more shaky. Now they're shooting this like an episode of The Office. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Or like they're shooting this like a sitcom now. It's so crazy how they switch over stylistically from a serious drama to a funny comedy, scene to scene.
yeah. It's a
And it
fucking part the show.
but it's all congruent. Like it's all congruent. Yeah, it's so great. Oh man.
Speaking of a work of art, we were texting earlier, or we maybe were on the phone. I don't remember about. I think you should leave with Tim Robinson.
Oh,
How many
listen,
episodes?
I only saw the first episode. And that was the second scene. The first scene is him I think going, I didn't do shit. I didn't do
Oh,
shit.
the dolphins falling out of the casket.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the second scene is the one you sent me.
No. The second scene is him trying to sneak a hot dog in a business meeting.
Oh, that's so funny. That was so fun. I only seen the first. I gotta watch. I really, really do have to watch more of that show. It's really funny.
Oh, dude, the reason why I'm gonna I'm gonna rewatch it maybe is because I forget a lot of the scenes, but the memes that they just make from the show
Oh, it's
move.
crazy.
They work seamlessly on Sixers Twitter because it's just depressing. It's so depressing to be a Sixers fan, and it's so wild and unpredictable, but also so predictable. So like the Carl Havoc, which was the guy's name, the
Mhm.
suit when he goes and he's in that terrible mask and he goes, "I don't want to be here anymore." That's like perfect for like what happened with Embiid.
Yeah.
The post about uh, how sad I was. I didn't post this, but just to how sad I am about Embiid not winning MVP again, even though he still might. But the narrative swung already
Yeah, I
back.
see it. I see it. I get like Sixers I get Sixers things that come up on my For You page. I just don't retweet them and comment them on them like you do. But it's like literally Embiid has to literally he would have to average like 50 points a game the rest of the season and play every game for people to be like he's a little bit better than Jokic.
So
Even though Jokic doesn't play any defense
it's really unbelievable.
at all. He doesn't play any defense. I just think it's one of those things where it's like I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about like how like online media fucking hate chambers grow and or not even hate chambers, but just different sectors of the internet. Like there's so many of them now. Everything is all split and across like everybody has their own thing. There's like NBA Twitter and there's like golf Twitter and there's this kind of Twitter. And there's like NBA Instagram. You know what I mean? There's little worlds that have now
Yeah.
they turn all these online spaces turn into these little worlds and then the narratives cycle in between them so quickly.
Well, I was never on Twitter until the pandemic,
Me
but
neither, yeah.
I was big into YouTube basketball, like basketball YouTube with guys like Mike Korzemba and B-Ball Breakdown and B Souls.
But see that's long form
winning or whatever.
that's long form thoughtful more thoughtful content.
Hoop reference, which is also a leader on Sixers Twitter. But he also has a league wide, like a normal NBA channel, which is pretty successful on YouTube. Shout out to Hoop Reference. He's a process truster. Um, but yeah, and now I'm on Sixers Twitter and NBA Twitter because I don't know. I watch like on YouTube now. I watch more political shit, music stuff, and like podcasts, you know?
Yeah.
So like
No, I know what you mean.
the quick like 12-minute videos, I'll watch some of them when they're doing like rankings and stuff like that. I watch a little bit of the Ringer. Of course, writes the Ricky Sanchez basketball. But
I've been
NBA Twitter is where it's at. It's the fucking funniest. It's some of the funniest shit in the whole world.
I think for me, I've been thinking like I think NBA Twitter, like those different like Twitter silo worlds that kind of pop up. I think those things are fine. I think certain kinds of discourse, like the world was probably so much like the world was a better place before people were as worried about. There's always been like a form of NBA Twitter because there's always been, you go bullshit with your coworkers and shit like that. But there's lots of stuff that nobody would talk about that, you talk about online every day.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. Like I feel like it's a whole different world now. Like I feel like it's even different than what it was when, like, remember when you first started using Instagram, and it was just like, wow, they put up a cool picture. Like we got to figure out a way to put up a cool picture.
Yeah, now it's like a whole. Now it's just so involved.
Everything is like just crazy. It's everything's crazy. John, are you aware that that keyboard is not making any sounds?
No, I hear it.
Is it like the bell at the end of the Polar Express? Like if you believe hard enough, the keyboard makes sound.
Well, right now I have it on the setting where it just makes little click sounds that are really low.
Oh, okay. So it works. It works perfectly then. I got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Wait, and then you go
That
like this, and it goes, woo.
that totally makes sense. Yeah. So I was thinking about all that stuff
Today.
over this week. We were, last week was supposed to be part two of us shitting on, or this week's Mac Monday Mac was supposed to be us shitting on the second half of U2's album. But I'm glad we didn't because it's just exhausting. I can't. I don't want to listen to that album anymore. I don't really want to talk about it. So if anyone knows what we wanted to say, we don't like the rest of it either, or I don't.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to listen to him.
Yeah, it's just like it's totally
I,
pointless.
I hold on. Where? Oh, hold up.
I'm so sick of Venmo trying to get me to sign up for a credit card. Like I'm not going to sign up for your fucking credit card. PayPal, PayPal has a credit card. Venmo's got a credit card. Um, everyone's got a credit card now.
All right, so are you ready? These are the songs I'm going to listen to out of curiosity. The second half. Ready?
Do tell.
The Fly.
Okay.
If God Will Send His Angels.
Okay.
Um, Peace on Earth. Um,
John, you look very holy right now with this like the glowing rainbow around you.
yeah. I mean, it's really fucking. I love it. It's like that's
Yeah,
why I like. I like. That's why I didn't turn any lights on so we can get this
natural light.
on.
People don't
Uh,
realize how important natural light is for their bodies.
all right, ready? Two Hearts Beat is one,
Oh.
and the little things that give you away. They're the five that I'm going to listen to out of 20,
Two Hearts Beat is
and
one's a really good song.
probably be disappointed. You broke up. What?
Two Hearts Beat is one is a great song.
Yeah. I don't live in black or white.
I can't stop to dance. Maybe this is my last chance.
You know what? I just don't know. I could pick 40 U2 songs that they should have done.
I don't have really have that big of a problem with the song selection as much as I have a problem with the general execution, the failed execution of the whole project.
Yeah.
Like they were upset about Pop. They should be devastated about this. This should be like this should be the worst catastrophe of their lives up to this point.
Pop's really fun. I was just telling my woman about how much I love Pop. Like it's such a raw, visceral, like it's like it sounds like it literally sounds like there's like sand on the record.
You know what I like about Pop? Um, they said the only song that they finished that they had it sounding the way they wanted it to sound was "Mofo."
Yeah,
Out of every song on the record, that's the only one that they listened to, and they were like, "This is what the original vision for the album was."
that's a great song too.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love that song. I think
Miami.
the whole reason I like weird music is because of U2. It's not, because you start liking their hits and then you start listening to their weirder stuff. I remember being like 12 in like sixth grade listening to Lemon on my Zune, and I was like the weirdest kid in school.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck's he listening? Why is he listening to Lemon in library class? Shouldn't he be reading Edgar Allan Poe? Like I don't know. What do sixth graders read? Shouldn't he be reading the Da Vinci Code or something?
The outside, don't they actually read The Outsiders? Or was
You know what
that
I think would be a good, you know what I think would be a really good way to show a teacher that you don't care about what they're saying, John?
What?
And just throw like your heaviest textbook like right at their face, as hard as you can. Throw it right in their face. Say, this is what I think about you and your textbook.
There was a kid that was getting bullied in my, you know his name, but I won't say his name, in my 7th grade class
Okay.
by uh, by a bunch of kids, but by another kid especially. And he picked up his math textbook and he fucking frisbeed it at his head. Math textbooks are thick, and he frisbeed it at the back of this kid's head, and it hurt. It like really hurt the kid. He probably had a concussion. The bully.
Get locked
Probably.
up for that now.
Oh my god! Well, the kid, I was on his hit list. He literally wrote down a hit list. They didn't even suspend him. I was on a hit list.
Yeah. You know what though? After someone frisbees a textbook at well, it depends if the hit list came out first or the hit list came out after. That's very important details that are missing.
Look, that I feel bad about what I did, but that he should have been like he. You know what though?
He got probably they probably
was,
should have got him some help.
He got bullied. He probably needed a little bit of help, but he got bullied. He didn't really do anything. Like I think he made a hit list like to try and scare off bullies. I don't think he was actually going to kill anybody.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you never know now.
Nasty to that kid. I'm not saying like it means it. Like he should have gotten help and he should have been put in some kind of therapy class. But like, so we should have been fucking suspended at least for what we were.
Yeah, you guys also should have gotten some help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's probably a millionaire now. And I actually think I apologized to him in high school. So
he's not a millionaire. He's not a millionaire, John.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, he went to I know for a fact he's not a millionaire. I'm actually his accountant on the side. Yeah.
Okay.
I felt bad. And I wanted to help him build generational wealth because of it.
I mean, I think you should help your brother because that's like my one goal in life. Besides,
nah,
some good music that people like.
Nah, I don't do that. I don't do that, John.
You don't help family members?
Nope. I leave them dangling in the wind. But you know what I do? You know what I do like to do? I do like to tell everyone that and your face is like, you are now the sun.
It hurts so bad.
You look like the baby from Teletubbies whenever it was from South Philly.
I look like
the baby from Teletubbies if it was from South Philly. You're a hella dummy.
Well, everybody.
Well, Country Woman came out.
So bright.
It's so
Country
bright.
Woman's down everywhere.
Go
we have
to it.
Left. League Island Brewing Club's Delicious Beer. It'll be in. They're our sponsor. Thank you. Thank you
Go
for
listen to Country Woman.
Scoopski, they came out to see us. Besides all of our family, thank you.
Go check out PBS. You can see John's face on the intro to Teletubbies.
Yep. Country Woman out everywhere, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye. You froze, but I thought the video ended, but the video didn't end, so we're still going. No, it's still going. You're gonna burn alive.